The dreaded Mpox, which has been ravaging parts of Africa, has now been detected outside the African continent for the first time this year. Sweden and Pakistan have each reported one case in their respective countries. Now, this comes a day after the World Health Organization declared Mpox a global public health emergency. The virus was also declared a global threat in 2022. However, this time it's back with a stronger and more dangerous variant. Our next report tells you more about the deadly disease.
Mpox, the disease that wreaked havoc across the world 2 years ago, is back with a more dangerous variant. Known as Mpox clade 1b, the strain is behind a major outbreak in Africa, and now it has been detected for the first time outside the continent. According to Sweden's health agency, a person is now receiving treatment after they reported symptoms of the disease. Officials say the patient was infected while visiting an African country.
We have one person who has sought treatment in the Stockholm region who has been found to have Mpox caused by, as we heard, the virus variant clade 1. The case is the first case caused by clade 1 that has been diagnosed outside the African continent. The affected person has also been infected during a stay in an area in Africa where there is a large ongoing outbreak of Mpox, clade 1.
Meanwhile, Pakistan has also recorded its first case of the fatal virus, noting that the man returned from Saudi Arabia earlier this month. Both these countries are now testing people who came in contact with the patients. The cases come just a day after the World Health Organization declared Mpox as a global public health emergency once again.
Last week, I announced that I was convening an emergency committee under the international health regulations to evaluate the upsurge of Mpox in the Democratic Republic of the Congo and other countries in Africa. Today, the emergency committee met and advised me that, in its view, the situation constitutes a public health emergency of international concern. I have accepted that advice.
The WHO says that about 15 African countries are dealing with the horrors of Mpox. These include Burundi, Kenya, Rwanda and Uganda, which were previously untouched by the outbreak. This time, the Democratic Republic of Congo has been declared as the epicenter of the outbreak, with more than 15,000 cases and over 500 deaths. The viral disease is spreading quickly and is now affecting children as well.
More than 500 people have died from the virus and thousands of people have been infected. This is more than a 160% increase of cases from the same time last year and nearly a 20% increase in the number of deaths. There's more than a dozen countries affected, but Congo has the majority of the cases. It's impacted adults as well as children, and there are a growing number of children than ever before that are being hit by the virus, say health officials.
Formerly known as monkeypox, the zoonotic virus spreads through exposure to infected animals, skin-to-skin contact, or contact with bodily fluids. Mpox symptoms tend to appear 6 to 21 days later and are similar to those of the flu. They include fever, back pain, headache, and muscle aches. But the patients can also get distinctive rashes and painful lesions. In 2022, the previous Mpox version became the first illness after COVID-19 to be declared as a global public health emergency by the WHO. The viral infection earlier affected mostly men who have sex with men, and nearly 100,000 cases and over 200 deaths were reported in 116 countries. Cases in the 2022 outbreak plunged after a campaign to deliver vaccine. However, the virus persisted in parts of Africa and continued to mutate as the distribution of Mpox vaccines was severely delayed in the region.
From impeachments to inaugurations, if it's a political story, we are on the scene. The race for the White House is heating up.
Kamala, you're fired!
I say, bring it on.
If it's breaking news, we're live with the latest coverage. From the White House, the State Department, and Capitol Hill, we know the issues, but above all, we know the players to bring you the latest in-depth analysis on all the key stories that we're covering. I'm Eric Ham. Join me from Washington here on First Post America.
Climate change is on our doorstep. It's time for a revolution to take root. And it starts with 1.4 billion Indians. It starts with one tree for humanity, one tree for Mother Earth, one tree for our future. Project One Tree, a News 18 network initiative.
Across continents, one powerful news source.
Bringing you diverse perspectives on the issues that matter.
We go beyond the boundaries to give you that little extra about every sporting moment. So thank you for making First Post 5 million strong. We're counting on your support, and you can trust us to bring you the news unfiltered and unvarnished. On the show today, the T20 World Cup bandwagon has moved across to the West Indies. What can we expect from this?
Hello, I'm Alison Green, coming to you from Durban, South Africa. Today we have a special show.
Start with a report on India's shifting nuclear posture. The first time since India officially became a nuclear power.
Hello and welcome to First Post America. I'm Eric Ham, coming to you live